Welcome to the name game. Workout number 83 is full dummy. 4-time 30 or 21 calorie airbike, 15 deadlifts at 275 or 175, and 9 bar-facing burpees. Standards. The deadlift, it's got to go from the floor up to the hip, and you make sure you're completely locked out at the top of the rep with shoulders behind the plane of the barbell, and you can't bounce the bar off the floor. For the burpee, it's pretty simple. You got to make sure your chest and thighs are touching the floor. Get over the bar however you want, and then make sure you're actually facing the bar again before you start your next rep. Let's loop in Coach Chris, talk about strategy.
So I believe I think you wrote this workout.
Yep.
So it's well named. It's, pure, unadulterated, all-out CrossFit sprint. There is an element of pacing on the bike.
Maybe.
So, on the bike, 30 calories for the guys, 21 for the girls. That's a big enough chunk, I feel like, that you can't just totally hammer it unless you're just like...
If you totally hold your breath for the first 10 calories, just trying to really get into it, your deadlifts are going to be really ugly and it's just going to fall apart.
Yeah, super ugly. Yeah. And then on the deadlifts, at 15 deadlifts at 275, being strong matters, right? And so if you have a 500, 505, 515, 530 deadlift, you're probably going to look to do that on broken. If you have a deadlift in maybe the low to mid fours, maybe you're like, all right, I'm going to have to 2-set that just because of the weight.
Yeah. And for women, I would say into the mid 350s or more, you're probably just going to hold on to that and try to touch and go as quick as you can. Yep. And then if you're below that, you might be forced to break in order to keep up your cycle speed and stay on that really quick, or it'll just turn into really grindy reps and they get ugly, and that might just be what it is.
Yeah, that kind of is what it is. So you're looking at 1 max 2 reps on the deadlifts, unless the only way it would be more is if someone has a really weak deadlift, and at that point you should scale the weight. You should scale the weight. What's that?
I think you said reps. You meant breaks.
Sorry. Yeah, if you have to take multiple breaks.
Maybe 1 break. And if you have to break more than that, it's not the stimulus we're looking for.
Right. You either need to scale the weight to do it, or you went way too hard on the bike.
It could be true too.
Where it's just you don't, because if you go 30
you're just wandering around like an amoeba because you don't know what to do with yourself because you have so much lactate built up.
So and then obviously the last 9 bar-facing burpees are going to hurt real bad. There's literally no reason to rest after you drop rep number 15 before doing 9 burpees.
Yeah, you're not gonna be able to jump over the bar, but you got to try to.
You got to do it. Got to do it. So it's going to be really, really fast and sucky.
Yep. I mean, again, I think for guys or girls, I think it's written where it's going to be similar time domain to get off the bike. If you are someone who's pretty powerful, male or female, around that same time. So, man, maybe 30 seconds if you're someone who can really hit this hard. Where again,
for the bike, you're saying?
Yeah, for the deadlift where it doesn't scare you. Again, for a guy, a calorie a second. I think for a female, maybe more than half calorie per second, more than 1 every 2. Again, if you're powerful and big and strong, and then it's literally you get right off and you just hold on to that bar as long as you can, and then fall over a couple times and get back up.
That's it.
And then fall over 1 more time, and then you say time.
That's right.
I mean, honestly, there's not a whole lot of strategy here. We know that people who are, it really comes down to your confidence in terms of how much you're willing to sell out at the beginning.
Yep.
Any last thoughts on this one?
Nah, man, it's pretty straightforward. You just got to be able to tolerate it.
And lastly, we encourage as many people as possible to jump in with you and do these workouts. So you've got people who want to throw down with you, by all means, encourage them to do that. However, we want everyone to submit their scores, right? So where you're going to go to is warfitness.com. You'll hit on menu, drop down from the protocol. You'll hit that tab called name game. And then you'll go down to the first workout, which should be the newest one. And you're going to click that little green arrow. There you'll be able to enter your name also with the workout name. That's important because it tags it so it doesn't get lost in the forum later on. But then you obviously are going to put your score or your time, and then you'll submit it. If you click on that little number next to it, you're going to see all the other comments, right? You might actually not be able to view them all. So if you hit view all comments, that's going to take you down sort of a leaderboard where you get to compare scores. And then also your coach gets to help determine where you stack up versus other competitors to be able to determine your individual weaknesses. It's going to be super helpful for us, pretty exciting and engaging for you guys. And if you're someone who's watching this, you're not a Zwift Fitness athlete yet, I'll link to it below, but you can either check out the protocol or one-on-one coaching and we'll reach out, see if you're a good fit. And for everyone, best of luck on the workout.